Good morning. I hope everybody's doing okay. There's our creator right there. That's why they say it's the Son of God. It's the S-U-N of God, not the S-O-N of God. You'll probably figure that out eventually. The narcissists and their VPNs and dark webs, right? They love VPNs and dark webs because, well, I guess it's obvious, right? But it wasn't obvious to us. Feet in the grass. It wasn't obvious to us when we were asleep, but when you're awakened, you realize that it's because everything they do is just shady, and they don't want anybody to know about it. And they're actually so naive because they think that they're God and they think that they can't get caught, that they actually think that people created the dark web and these VPNs and they can't get caught. I said to this dude, he who shan't be named, he kept saying to me, shit comes to me, I told you, when I'm not thinking about it. I was in the shower last night and this came to my mind about how many times he tried to push this app on me. Like, did you download this? Did you ever download that on your computer? Did you ever download that on your phone? I'm like, nah, dude, because it was like a problem, and I don't push anything anymore because I realize when something doesn't work the first few times, let it go. It's probably for you, right? Example, you get in your car in the morning and it doesn't start right away. Instead of like throwing a hissy fit and flipping out, maybe think of the bigger picture. Ask the universe, angels, whoever, why is this happening? Do whatever it is you do. Take a minute, smoke a cigarette, smoke a blunt, whatever it is you do. You get back in it and it starts up now. While you're on your way to wherever it was you were going, taking your usual route, you see that there was a tragic accident where somebody passed away. This is what I mean. Don't force things if it doesn't happen right away, because usually it's the universe protecting you from some shit. Like so, because now this person is getting caught up in a lot of shit that they did online. Narcissists use the internet as a portal to do all their fucked up shit on. And they actually are so naive to think that the dark web isn't something that was created by the people who are watching them. I just think it's naive to think that they know everything that we do. They can actually see us through our walls and shit. The Air Force has all kinds of technology where they can hear us all the time, see us all the time, they watch us all the time. So you don't think that they're watching what you do? You don't think that they set that up as a trap? Another example, this dude also, when we first were getting the stimulus check, the first stimulus check, I was trying to figure out what the link was when you didn't, because I was always off the books with my father. I always made cash. So it was hard for me to file my tax return, but I found a way to do it where you claim $1, and I was looking for the link, and he sent me a link on my text message, but the link was for filing for unemployment. I started filling out the information, and then it started asking me information about my father's business as if it were my own, and I'm like, I can't do this. This isn't me. Like, this is fraud. Like, this is illegal. So I wind up saying to him, after I spoke to somebody who knew about this, that the IRS was setting people up to trap them with this. I even told him this. See, they don't take advice because they always think you're trying to tell them what to do and shit. They don't realize that sometimes it's... You hear that? Man, it is amazing. It really is amazing when the universe gives you confirmation on some shit that you're saying. That was a big one. So I'm glad that this happens during my videos so you guys can know when to notice it for yourselves. So literally, I told him this. I said, don't do this. I feel like they're trying to set people up. He did it anyway. I'm able to see the mail that goes to the house that I used to live in before he changed the locks and took my stimulus checks inside and changed the locks and thought that he was going to get away with that, right? So, because I know that the people who were watching him are watching me. So I know I told you, they're getting information from me. You're welcome. So I see all of this mail coming with his fake business on it, you know? PDR Blacksmith Incorporated. That's not his business. That's just his email. He doesn't have a business. He never did. So there's that. Then there's also when, after his father passed, I noticed that I went to get the mail. Now, he would always rush to get the mail. Like, he was like clockwork, you know, like waiting for the unemployment check, waiting for this, because they don't want to work. They don't work. He made so many excuses. He was telling his family and then the girl that he was conning at the time, that she realizes now, I'm sure, that it was a con. I warned her about it, but, you know, because she doesn't trust women, because she's not a trustworthy woman, she didn't believe me. But I know she sees now. You know, I know that you see now. And I'm sorry that you had to find out that way. But it's not my fault. You know, it's not my fault. I tried to help you. I tried to warn you. Even while I was living in this person's house, I put my shit on the line warning you. But see, what they do is they triangulate. They tell this person that this person's obsessed with me. That's why she's saying that. So then they find like a weak-minded female who's like jealous and envious because they like that shit in the beginning. But when it starts biting them in the ass and the bitch wants to kill your ass, now all of a sudden they realize they made a mistake. So when they make it out to be like you're psycho and they didn't want nothing to do with you, but yet like you're miles and eons above this person that they have, because they ultimately attracted another narcissist who came in conning them as well. It's amazing how God works. He will send the same person in their life, right, that they've been doing, because he's like, I had enough of your shit. So now I'm going to show you just what you've done to other people by having it done to you. It's going to be your last hurrah, because this one's either going to take your life, put you in prison. You're going to think it's this one. You're going to have so much focus on this other one who you think is doing all kinds of shit, because you're being manipulated by this other person you chose to think that this person is doing all of this shit behind your back. You see how it's just like this big Ferris wheel, a fucked up Ferris wheel, and you're just like sitting over here like, you know what I mean? You're drinking your coffee, you're sipping your mimosa, you're doing whatever it is that you do to enjoy your life, while they're both manipulating the shit out of each other behind each other's backs. So I remember when his father passed, I actually was coming in the house and saw the mailman, so I had gotten the mail. This is when I seen the package from like Wish or Home App, and I realized they were selling those Japanese cremation seeds, because I just seen it on the news about how people were getting these sent to their homes and they didn't know what they were, and they were telling people not to plant them because they didn't know what they were. That's when I was led by my spirit guides to an article about necromancy and about how they put these things in your coffee and then just in anywhere around you. And you're supposed to have nightmares and shit, but see, the chosen are protected from all of this shit. We're protected from the black magic. We're protected from all of these things. They fuck with the wrong one is basically what happened. But there were 2 checks also. I just left the mail at the bottom of the banister like I always do, because I'm not newsy like that. Of course, I'm looking for my own mail, and I seen 2 that were made out to be to his father. Next thing you know, he's out the door, and he comes back and hands me a $50 bill, and he goes, here, just in case you don't have any money. Now, this wasn't to be kind. This is to keep the triangulation going, to keep this false trust going, because behind your back, they're trying to destroy you. It was a fresh, clean $50 bill, like it came right from the bank, okay? So I'm going to assume that he was fraudulently cashing these checks. I'm also assuming that he fraudulently is getting unemployment and is probably or was probably still taking his father's checks that were coming, just because I know how this dude gets down. Whew. I'm telling you, this is why we're dangerous when we're awakened. We're dangerous because we can see what they're doing, whether it's because we did the shit ourselves before we were awakened, because we were a straight up narcissist when we were asleep. When you're awakened, now you use your empathic side. I've said this before. So with the fake business and the fake unemployment and cashing checks, and you know, they're the ones who need the VPNs, obviously. You guys are the ones that need them. You know, people like me, we don't have shit to hide. That's what I'm saying. I'm an open book, and it drives them crazy. It drives them nuts, because ultimately they have to see that they are like cold, blooded. That's what they are. They're cold-blooded. These types. Not all of them. Some of them just think that, you know, they're God's gift to women or men, and they can't admit anything they do wrong, and everything is always somebody else's fault. They're usually your family members. But even this dude is somebody's family member. So you see, it could go either way. So yeah, they love hiding. They have to hide all their shit. And I realized that this is why he was constantly trying to get me to download this, because what they do is they get you on the same shit, and then they do all this fraudulent shit, so now you can be involved in whatever investigation is ultimately going to happen, because the truth always comes out with these people, because they start to build so many lies that they can't keep up with it anymore. You know what I mean? And it's like the ricochet effect. It's like whatever you put out there comes back to you. So whatever they were trying to do to you, empath, is going to come back to them, but it's going to come back like tenfold. Somebody had asked me to make more videos about this, because I know that there's narcissists who watch my videos and who watch a lot of these other channels. Shit, some of them actually created channels about narcissists and are them. It's really sick. This is how they prey on empaths, through comments, through channels, through creating their own channels, right? They're just so conniving, and they don't know consequence, like I said, so they'll keep going until they're either dead or in prison or a mental institution. That's the only end for them. It never ends well. It's so beautiful out here. So I just wanted to give you a quick video about this. And once you pull your energy back, not only are they forced to be alone, which they can't stand because it's like going through withdrawal, in addition to going through withdrawal from whatever drugs or alcohol they're on, because they can't handle their life otherwise without numbing themselves. That's why empaths were usually drug addicts before their awakening, and they wind up getting sober, because now you love yourself, you have self-worth, you realize how powerful and special you are to the universe, and you don't mind being an open book. You don't mind speaking truth, because now you expect truth. You will only take truth, and anybody who can't do that can get the fuck on. And it's really it's a powerful transformation. Some of you are starting to go through this. Some of you are about to go through this, and some of you have already gone through this. I just want to help you. I want to help you. Pull your energy back. Don't go around these people, because their ultimate goal is to manipulate in whatever way. It could be just to manipulate you for money, which is still a big deal. It could be to manipulate you to set you up for murder, set you up for fraud. There's nothing genuine about a narcissist, period. No matter if it's your mother, your ex, shit, even some of your kids are narcissists. You know, if you had a child with one, then most likely if they spent more time with that parent, they took on the traits of that parent, which is why God will ultimately, once that parent goes down in flames and the other parent is the awakened empath, will now bring that child back to the other parent, because narcissists will also triangulate their child with the other parent and talk shit on them. This dude always talked about his ex being a prostitute, right? He was one too, though. About how his ex's mother was this, that, and the other, and she didn't let him see this. And then I seen him flip out, and I seen his rage, and I'm thinking, bruh, the reason you're not with these kids is because you're a fucking animal. You need to be caged up. You need to go back to where you came from. So they always down the other parent, and then they'll tell people that they'll tell the parent that other people were talking about. They always put shit on other people to deflect the bullshit that they're saying and speaking. They always make themselves out to be like the hero, you know, or the good one in the group. Yeah, well, I mean, I did this for them and they did this, you know, and or if you got sick once, they got sick twice. Okay, if you got into one car accident, they got into three, and it's they always try to one up you. But they can't one-up an empath, because we're way too powerful for them. They have no power when it comes to us whatsoever. And this destroys them, because they're all about power and manipulation. They can't manipulate us, and they can't get any power. So, you know, they're just like sitting there like idiots. So, that's it. I may drop another one later. I don't like the forced videos. When I figure something out, or I have an aha moment, I like to share it with you guys. But I see a lot of people on some of these narcissist channels are repeating the same things over again, because they're doing it for grams, and they're doing it for the likes, and they're doing it. I'm doing this just because I feel like this is what I'm pushed to do. If this channel takes off, it does. Oh, can you like, subscribe, and share? If this channel takes off, then it will. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm always going to be taken care of. I'm not doing this for clout. I'm doing this literally because I just genuinely want to help people not get into the situation that I almost got into. I came out a lot stronger than I went in this. And so are you. I love you guys. I'm out.